More breaking news tonight. A helicopter caught on camera falling out of the sky and crashing in Huntington Beach. Amazingly, no one was killed, but 5 people are in the hospital. Tonight, we've learned that the helicopter is tied to the Cars and Copters event scheduled for tomorrow. Good evening. I'm Susan Hirosuna. Thank you for being here. Crowds of people were there when the chopper spiraled out of control. Fox 11's Rachel Aragon is live in Huntington Beach, and she's been talking to witnesses. Rachel.
Susan, I can tell you there were so many people out here earlier simply enjoying their Saturday at the beach as they normally would, but really all that changed when this helicopter right behind me, as you can see, all of a sudden came crashing down.
It's almost like something in a nightmare.
Oh my God.
A typical day at the beach quickly turning into chaos and confusion for crowds in Huntington Beach Saturday.
Literally right over my head, the back of this helicopter is kind of like fishtailing around. I'm like, oh shoot, that thing's gonna crash.
Onlookers eagerly watch as this helicopter, which is tied to the event, flies towards an empty lot, then suddenly spins out of control.
It was kind of traumatizing. All of our hearts were like beating fast, and we were so worried like for the people over there.
Emergency crews swarming the crash site, the helicopter wedged between palm trees and a nearby hotel. The NTSB is leading the investigation into the crash that sent 5 people to the hospital. In this video, you can see what appears to be a kid being pulled from the wreckage.
Go down there and watch the helicopters, and then we heard sirens.
Daryl Hallett and his son Grayson were on the boardwalk Saturday. They, like many in Huntington Beach, want to know what caused the crash, but were a little comforted when they noticed a pilot on the stretcher.
The pilot gave the thumbs up to the crowd who sort of cheered for him, which is nice. We were concerned about him, whether or not they even got him out of the helicopter or whether or not he survived. And when we saw him on the stretcher, you know, doing pretty well, we're very happy to hear that.
An earlier public affairs manager telling us as of right now, the conditions of those 5 people sent to the hospital still unknown. He also adds as of right now, the event tomorrow is still scheduled as planned, but as we know with the ongoing investigation, that can also change. Reporting live at Huntington Beach, Rachel Aragon. Susan, I'll send it back to you.
And Rachel, when we first started to talk to you, there was a lot of noise where you are. Is that because police were making a public announcement of some sort?
They're announcing the curfew for people to clear the beach, and as you can imagine, there were so many people, onlookers as well, who stayed around to really see what was happening, of course, today. So they're making sure now at 10 o'clock that those people are clearing out.
And the math looks like this. There were 2 aboard the helicopter and 3 on the ground. Is that correct?
That is correct. And as we showed in that video, though, it looks and appears to be a kid as one of those 5 people who was pulled from that wreckage. Well, of course, we'll have more information, but as we heard from that man earlier from my story, he seemed to see the pilot being pulled out, who seemed to be in somewhat good condition. But of course, we'll get more updates as the evening goes on.
Finger crossed for all of those people. Thank you.